Hi everyone. I made it to Taiwan safely and I'm looking forward to going into classrooms tomorrow with two of our student teachers. Actually, the two, one's an elementary ed major and then the other is an ECE, and then I'll visit the secondary students on Tuesday. Excuse me. So I'm very excited to get that started, but I also know that I need to get things ready for you as well. Um, I literally flipped the lectures that I actually got ready for you. This is my idea that this one would be your Thursday one, but I wanted to do this one first and get it posted because it does have somewhat of a design challenge built into it. So I did want to give you some time to work on the assignment. And like I say, I know I'll explain this here in a little bit. I want to be very careful of your time because I do know that your lesson plan will be your focus this week as you get that ready for Friday. But it's also important that we keep moving and keep giving you ideas, especially in the area of science and STEM. And kind of this really does focus on STEM, so that's kind of why we're doing it in this manner. So this one, you guys, I designed it pretty simply, and it's literally just pretty well following what is on the screen and just going through that, okay? So there's a couple videos. There are a couple of articles that it would be good to have that in your background. And I will actually tell you when to look at those when it's time to look at those. But you just open this first file, and all it is a PDF file. So this is really self-paced. You go through it how you want to go through it, and it's really set up to be kind of just direction oriented. Okay, so it's just telling you a little bit about fabrication. It tells you in here now would be a good time to go and look at the video, etc. And you just kind of follow it through like that. Okay, so it's very, very simple. Just basic content. The articles give a little bit more supporting content. Okay, and then when you get done with kind of these files, okay, you get down to your assignment. And what you're going to do for your assignment is you're going to build a gear in Tinkercad. Now this is a folder, and I have two things in here. One is just the directions in Tinkercad, or like the directions for the assignment, and then this is an actual screencast, which is a video that shows you exactly how to make the gear in Tinkercad. Okay, so you can have step-by-step directions if you want it. Okay, so just a note, the screencast has no audio. It's just video. Okay, so that's a little bit of not really a challenge, but it causes you really to concentrate on what they're doing and how they're doing it, and kind of making sense of how it's constructed that way. Okay, with that, the directions, again, it gives you, I've given you basically step-by-step directions, getting started, going into Tinkercad. Remember to get your Tinkercad account, as I told you last week. And then here's the assignment. Now I will say two things, okay? I've asked you to build a simple gear with 8 teeth. The screencast shows you exactly how to do that, but your gear must be a different color than the one shown in the screencast. I think that's for obvious reasons, okay? So when you get your gear made, you change the color of it kind of at the end, or can at the end, so that's about when it's the easiest to do. You'll see when you turn your shape into a solid, that's when you have multiple colors. If you click on that solid color icon, which is kind of this golden orange right now, several choices will come up. Just pick another color and make yours a different color. And then you just do a screenshot of it. I will say though, for some of you, I would like to make this a challenge for you. Instead of just following the step-by-step directions, why don't you try, instead of making an 8-teeth gear, make a 10-teeth gear? And, again, that will cause you have to mathematically then kind of figure out how you would do that and so forth. Just think of a circle, how many degrees in a circle, and then you should be able to figure that out pretty simply, even by figuring out the 8 step. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. Then the last one, you guys, is I have actually set the due date on this as November 17th. Again, I don't want to rush you because I know your priority is your lesson plan, but I do want you to do this and have a shot at 3D modeling software. But it's to your advantage to do this before you go to lab next week, because yes, in lab you're going to be using Tinkercad, and yes, you will have a different design challenge. So it would be to your advantage to have used the software and kind of know how it works a little bit before you go to your lab. Otherwise, that might be a little bit more difficult and it might take you a little bit more time. Okay? So I think that's it for this one. My plan is to get the other one up very, very soon. Again, it's going to be very, very simple. It's not going to have an assignment like this associated with it. It might have just a little one, but nothing quite like this. And so that's why I wanted to get this one done for you first. Okay, so enjoy. You guys remember what we're talking about here is kind of maker technologies, maker spaces. This is really a new fad in schools. There aren't many schools that don't have a maker space or are planning to have a maker space. So I want to make sure that you guys go out with some experience and actually go on to your rest of your program knowing about these, because you'll probably hit these again in some of your other courses. Okay, so good luck with your challenge, and I know you'll do great, and I think you'll enjoy it too. Okay, have a great week.